Wildlife and Antiquities. My name is Kiwanda Godfrey, the Minister of State, the outgoing of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities. I would like to thank the Honorable Minister, Honorable Tom Butime. Honorable Tom Butime, he's our senior in the House, but also a very dedicated server of this country, Uganda. We learn a lot from Honorable Tom Butime. I served with him. There was a time when he was out of Parliament, and there was a time when he came back. That's a lesson to all of us, that when we keep our country together, when our country is peaceful, it doesn't matter wherever you are. But what you need to do is to make sure that you use the available resources and the infrastructure to develop our country. I want to thank Ugandans that have embraced the Ministry of Tourism. When we came in for this term, we decided to bring tourism to the people. First, together with Honorable Professor Prime Kamuntu, we agreed that let's take tourism to the communities. And when Honorable Tom Butime came, we said, now, let's still embrace the tourism to the communities. And I want to thank all of you Ugandans, because a country cannot do well in its tourism unless it does well in the domestic tourism. It's very difficult to sell a country as UTB alone, as the ministry alone. This can only be done by all of us as Ugandans. We want to call upon Ugandans that embrace tourism, talk positively about your country. We might be belonging to different political affiliations, but this country is one and belongs to all of us. That negative tweet that you do to this country is killing somebody's job. That negative story that you are giving a headline is killing somebody's job. And at the end of the day, we are crying for our brothers and sisters when they have no jobs. And we kill the jobs ourselves. If we are to build our country, each one of us matter. When we saw us going to as low as the low legs seller, it was a sign that tourism is not for a hotel owner somewhere alone, or for a tour operator who is the biggest in the country alone. Tourism is everybody's business. That was the message. When you saw us going as low as to a low leg sale of 1,000 shillings, our message was tourism is for everyone. Whether you're a border rider, whether you're a special rider, you have a driver, which kind of story do you share with a visitor when you meet a visitor from the international airport? Which kind of tweet, which kind of message do you share with your friends on your WhatsApp groups? Can we try to be positive? Every country has its own issues. They have their politics, they have their opposition, they have government world over. Especially now that politics is done, we have a duty as Ugandans to create a conducive environment for everyone. We want to call upon Ugandans to embrace this sector. The sector provides foreign exchange, the sector provides employment, the sector both directly and indirectly. And you know, this time, as the National Resistance Movement, the theme is job creation and wealth creation. You cannot talk about job creation and wealth creation without talking about tourism. Because that's where we create wealth. Through export. Tourism is an export. It's an invisible export, which is actually at the same time also even invisible. It's just intangible. You cannot touch it, but actually export tourism. And the issue of foreign exchange, and of course the issue of jobs. So I want to call upon you, before you think twice, before you make that headline, before before you make that tweet, before you make that WhatsApp kind of communication, think about a son, think about your brother who's working in a hotel, who's working as a tour operator, who's working in a lodge, one of your brother who's constructing a small accommodation place somewhere, who may need that visitor in Uganda. We are here and we know we shall be able to protect our country. Honorable Minister, njagala kwebaza.